My autistic sister to get attacked at recess? Fine. I allowed Dad to absolutely violate you. I almost cried, but I held it together for her. I put my arm around her and we walked to the back of the office in search of the principal. We get to the back and the principal is sitting at his desk, eating chips and typing on his laptop. I asked him what happened to my sister and why she was left unsupervised in the front. He blew me off again. All he said was, "Ma'am, you can take your sister to the hospital now." Mind you, this is my first interaction with this principal. We don't have an established relationship, so I'm flabbergasted at his rudeness. Also, she clearly doesn't need to go to the ER. She's not crying or throwing a fit. The only evidence of injury is a small ice pack over her eye. He brashly continues telling me that he's not sure what else he can do for me. He states that he's already advised me to seek out medical attention for my sister, but if I don't comply with his advice, it's not his problem. At this moment, I absolutely lost it. I began screaming and cursing like a sailor. Tears rolled down my eyes as I yelled at him about how unhelpful he was and how hard it is to deal with schooling staff that disregard my child's special needs. He stood up and tried calming me down, but to no avail. I went on and on about how he should be more compassionate for his students and that he would understand if he had siblings. At this moment, his demeanor went from worried to infuriated. He began yelling back at me. He told me he lost his first sibling a couple months ago due to a freak car accident. He said I have no right to judge his authority and he's trying his best to overcome his own personal circumstances. He told me that if his sibling was alive right now, he would take him to the hospital without hesitation rather than storming to the back of the office and causing a ruckus in front of his child. I froze. I truly didn't have anything to say. I felt horrible for losing my temper and criticizing this man. However, at the same time, I knew my sister did not need medical attention for a bruised eye. I don't know his financial circumstances, but I know that I can't afford outrageous hospital prices unless it's severe. I looked down at my sister who seemed calm but confused. She's looking up at me with her head turned to the side and biting her finger for context. Autistic children will bite or chew on their fingers in order to alleviate anxiety or stress, and this is definitely a stressful and anxiety-inducing situation I put my sister in. I felt terrible and tried apologizing to the principal. In the middle of me trying to right my wrongs, he cuts me off, begins yelling at me to get out of his office. At this moment, I turn around to the sound of heavy footsteps and see